This is a lesson I wish I would have learned long ago. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News. Today's tip is all about a lesson that I've learned today that I wish I would have learned many, many years ago, back when I was a college student. And we're going to go into that. It might be a little bit longer than some of our typical Tuesday tips that you've seen, but I think there's a lesson here that, again, I wish I would have learned it long ago, and hopefully some of you might benefit from this. Let's jump into it. Back when I was in college, I was doing the DJ thing, was going in, doing some mobile shows, a couple each month, but what I was doing mainly beyond school was cooking at a local cafe. It was a little, kind of a greasy spoon cafe, burgers and fries and eggs, what have you. And while I was doing that, again, I was cooking there, and as time went on, the slower months, I would be cooking and doing the waiting of tables at the same time. Basically, it was a one-man show. And what I was experiencing there is there were folks who were coming on the nights in which I worked. I was working, I believe, 3 nights a week at the time. And I was seeing some people coming consistently, probably 3-4 times a month on the nights I worked. And I didn't think too terribly much of it. I figured that they must like the food, whatever, and just kind of continued on. Didn't really think too in depth about it, which is kind of what college age men do. They don't think too terribly much about it. But as time went on and as the years have progressed and such, I've looked back at that moment and realized I really missed something that was critical. And I was doing it a little bit, but I could have done it so much more. And the point that I missed is that when people are going out and investing their time for entertainment, whether it's going out to eat, which is a form of entertainment, or if they're going out to a movie as entertainment, or if they're going to a reception, wedding, a dance, a bar event, any of the times that these people are going out for their entertainment like that and investing their time, more than their money even, I would say, is that it's our job as the people who are there to serve them in whatever capacity we are there to serve. It's our job to really make that moment special for them. Because as I look back, there were people that I didn't know it until years later that only went out on Thursday night because I was cooking that night, and they enjoyed the little bit of table banter that I would give them, and the food that I provided was very good. I was very, very good at what I did there. I didn't realize that the importance and such of what I could have brought to that and really made their evening special. I did a pretty decent job. I look back and I could have done so much better. The idea is, as a DJ, I look at it as a wedding, as an example. There are people in that room that are going to go to one wedding this year, maybe one wedding in the next 5 years. And it's my job not only to go and perform and represent the bride and groom and to do my things for the bride and groom, but it's also to make this night special for that one family over there that maybe goes to one wedding every 5 years. It might be that they're a younger family and the husband and wife, it's their first time of having their children there. They've never had their children there, and their children may not be invited to the next 5 weddings because, as many of you have seen online, having children at weddings is tacky, or at least being perceived as tacky. So this might be the only opportunity that I can provide for that young family, the dad and mom, to dance and engage their children at a wedding dance. They may not get that opportunity ever again, that they can go and dance at a reception with their 5-year-old, as an example. It's our job in whatever we do and however we serve those who we are going to be serving, our guests or attendees or what have you of these events. It's our job to make it special, and we really need to do what we can do to make it special. That means engaging people at different levels. Engaging some will be engaged with music. Some might be more of a microphone. Some it might be a personal contact, going out and just saying hi to them and talking to them a little bit, between songs, or engaging them on the dance floor. But it's our job as a cook years ago and a waiter years ago, as even as a teacher when I was teaching school. It's our job to really engage people and make these moments special, because there aren't many of them. The one couple, I probably saw them 20 times, and shortly after I finished that job up there, I think one of them had a stroke and they never went out again. So their few meals that they got to share was enjoying my being kind of silly with what I was doing, and they enjoyed that because they were there pretty much throughout that my first year of college. So It's just an idea of something I wish I'd have learned long ago. It really didn't sink into me until I started to attend some events. And even now, as today, when Lori and I go out, we go out to eat once in a while. We don't do this very often because we have a large family. Many of you know that. So we're very careful with how many times we go out and such, and we kind of watch that. But when we do go out, it's something that it's really, because it's so infrequent, it's something that's kind of special to us. And when we go to a restaurant and the food is like, that they're basically phoning it in from the kitchen because, well, you know what, we're making 150 meals tonight, and if one doesn't turn out or two don't turn out, well, 1 out of 150 is not bad. But yet, for Lori and I, who only go out, say, once a month, it's a big thing. We kind of were looking forward to going out, and the food is just crappy. So it's something that you just have to be aware of, that in every crowd there's going to be people who only are going to experience, they may only experience one wedding reception day, especially the way you do it. You've got to make it special for them, and you've got to do it and be there and make it happen at the highest level you possibly can, because again, life is short. They're not going to be able to experience it. They don't do this every weekend like sometimes we do. Make it special. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News. If this is your first time watching one of our tips, I'd ask you to please subscribe. You can hit this link right here. This link will get you to our YouTube channel where you can subscribe, so when a new video drops, you can get to see it right away. So please click that link. If you've got some things that you do to help make your events special for the guests and for the people that are attending, I'd love to hear about it, because those tips are the kind of things that people need to hear about. Mine is doing a lot of engaging, one-on-one, small group engaging, and on the microphone. But you might have some things that you do, or even, I know it sounds weird, you might even have a few things that you say that just come off because of the way you present them, very natural, and I'd love to hear about those. Share those in the comments down below, because again, we're here to learn from each other. You're going to hear and learn from one of the things I did, and I want to learn from some of the things that you do out there. So please, comments down below, and we'll learn together. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News and Disc Jockey News TV with our Tuesday tip.
If I were you, I'd hit the subscribe button before I hit the video. But don't mess things up. Wanna know why? Because I'm Batman.